Am I a-going? Feels like I'm a-going. I'm just standing here in front of the Shadowman Stone. Get rid of these soul remains and this sticky white stuff. We're back to this. I have some goals today, and one of them involves doing more of this area. I lost some souls last time. I don't remember how many. Area does not want to load. So we'll hang out here until it loads. Oh man, this is pleasant to look at. So we can continue along. There's Mr. Bilge. I think I can ignore these guys. And we continue fighting these skeletons. Yeah, there's my soul over there. Am I not wearing the thief's ring? Because that guy shot me. No, we're wearing the thief's ring. Okay. Fire does okay against the skeletons. And there's Mr. Glittering Golden Man, who killed us last time. See if we can't get his attention with a little bit of Soul Ray. Looks like we could. You've touched the mark of death. Do an attack. I couldn't interrupt you. Hi, Kaz. Yeah, they have a far end handle for chopping. Yeah, I like that about this. How there's care given into how things are used. Although, there's no real explanation for why there's skeletons that have hundreds of bones. But that's probably okay. I remember us having died in the zone where there was the leeches. No, sorry, slugs. One moment. I will return momentarily. There we go. Did everybody enjoy the docent tones of the Shrine of Storms? Yeah, just some alone time with Shrek. Yeah, I was briefly gone, Yellow. Hello. Yeah, our new icon is from the Silver Bracelets, which give us, I think, 20% more souls. Man, if I was smart, I would have equipped the Crescent Falchion while I was gone. To get MP back. However, as we all know, I'm certainly not smart. There's invisible men. It would have been dishonest, yeah. The invisible men are so incredibly Shadow Tower, it's crazy. Am I dead? The Crescent Falchion is actually pretty terrible here because I'm pretty sure all of these monsters, especially these guys, heavily resist magic. Yep, can't. Do you have any crescents on my person I could devour? Yeah, I have some crescent grass. The bad grass. I'll use the Crescent Falchion for a bit. Yep, I hear you, laughing ghost. Away you go. The laughing ghosts are ladies, I think. And over there is an ambush. We experienced that ambush before. We fighting more skeletons? Could also have slipped on the fragrant ring to get us some fragrant ring action. Do an attack. So obviously the really slow attacks do a lot of damage if they hit you. If this guy pulls out his beam. Oh no. I got gotten. Oh no. Yes, there was a Reaper around the corner. I should have used a ranged attack. How much? I have a lot of fresh spice. I should use it. Here's my dragon longsword. The Beamware. That's a were beast that turns into a beam every full moon. Why is it that werewolves and werebears are all were is first, but then you have jackal were, which is jackal then the were? I wonder if there's a nomenclature behind that. I'm pretty sure werebear is an anachronism. It's that's not a historically used term. I'm pretty sure werewolf is. Can I get you to jump off for me? Oh no. The flickering. The flickering's bad. I don't know what causes it. the best way to get rid of it is to do this. Ah, the jackal wearer beats the jackal that turns into the man. Yeah, jackal wear is definitely the only one I can think of, Tallow. That's like animal wear. And come to think, I don't know if jackal wear is an anachronism or not either. I could use protection. That might be useful. Although protection doesn't work on magic, I'm pretty sure. Ah, there's flatware. Yeah. Where every full moon you become a plate. You have a third attack. You had a fourth attack. Maybe those are just two combos that were very close together. No, not silverware. Because were creatures are weak to silver, so obviously you can't have a silverware. That's just that is a thing which defines itself cannot be. Do your beam. Don't do your beam again. I said not to do that. That was close. Now, cannibalism is fine and natural, but a thing which, by virtue of itself, destroys itself cannot be a... Like, that's just on an evolutionary... That's an evolutionary dead end. Like, humans can be self-destructive in that sense, but I don't trust a animal or a plate or utensils to work that way. I don't think he died. He died. Where's the laughing woman at? She's there. I explored over here, right? There's my Bloodston. A were-lycan is a man who turns into a werewolf? Hard to say. A were-lycan could also be a man who turns into a sort of fungus moss hybrid. I'm pretty sure lichen is actually two organisms that are like co-evolutionarily dependent, right? I think that's how that works. Okay. Let me lock onto the man. This is very poor. But if it will draw him near, perhaps that's good enough. Oh! A classic! Oh, there was a guy behind me the whole time. Okay. Did you go back to your home? How did that work? Oh, I moved far enough back to have the lock-on break, and because I was holding back and left, I turned left and thus stopped blocking. Maybe what this calls for is a different approach. If being a coward man, or in this case a coward Shrek, is being ineffective, perhaps what I need to be is reckless. Although, well, that perfectly symmetrical violence won't get you anywhere. I'm thinking now. That's not where I got last time. I died to an area with lots of skeletons. Or with lots of slugs. I got slugged. Where doth the slugs live? I got to the big chamber where Sage Urbane was. Or Saint Urbane. Sorry, Sage Frake is the sage. Okay. Let me take your blade stone. Know your holy arrows. What's my... If I get 4 points of dexterity, I can use the lava bow. Oh no, I got both of them on me. That's relatively awful. These guys have a very long pursuit distance. Or maybe they don't. Maybe their pursuit distance is tiny. Get over here. Ooh, a chunk. Sadly, I'm not using any blades. The old loop-de-loop technique. We are going to be using a bladed weapon soon enough. The highly eagle-eyed of you may have spotted what earlier. But that's only for the highly eagle-eyed of you. Hey, I saw you spawn! No fair. You shouldn't spawn when you're on screen. At least you're getting a lot of use out of heal. Turning some fresh spice into several half-moon grasses. Where's the lady at? Okay. Attempt number, whatever number of attempts this is. Okay. area. I don't actually know who. I never got this far on my first try, Morathian. I got kinda okay far, but not this far. I'm gonna have to buy some more Half Moon grass. Or am I? How much grass am I swimming in? I have like a ton of full moon grass, so I'm good. Bad wooden shields with high magic block? I'll have to check. We're in this zone now. I certainly do... Shit. I certainly do have shields with better magic block than this. I think I could be using the Adjudicator shield. That'd give me a little HP regen too. So this is the slug pit, the pit where nobody can see anything. With everybody's favorite item, sticky white stuff. The leeches themselves drop sucker stones. I keep calling them leeches because they're leeches in Dark Souls. They're not leeches in this game. They're slugs. There are leeches in this game, but we haven't gotten to them yet. Although these creatures and the leeches do cohabitate. They're both in Blighttown. Yeah, there's the very similar slugs in Dark Souls 3. Playing this game, it's nice seeing just how much of this game's DNA is still in the other Dark Souls games. Even Bloodborne. Like, this game may not have been as well known. That's how I died the first time. Is those respawning exploding magic bombs that I don't even think you can lock onto them. That's no good. I'm going to try something foolish this time. Because I love being foolish. We're trying a time-honored tradition of try-dashing through. This guy is going to be the hard guy. I don't know how that missed, but... yeah, this place isn't so bad. I've certainly experienced worse things in Souls games before. Please, Daddy, no. He is taller than me, that's true. Don't know why I rolled like that. But it happened. So you accept it, you move on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do my trickery past these guys up here in the corner, because they're in a terrible place. If I can just kill this guy, then the rest should just die. Okay. Try dashing through proves once again to be a tenable solution to all of your untenable problems. So next time, or rather this time around, we're going to see if I can destroy the bombs. I can't seem to lock on to them, which means I probably can't. I have to just find them. I think they respawn, but don't quote me on that. It's very hard to see if you're actually locked onto anything here. Ah, there we go. We got one of my favorite weapons. We got Hiltless. And all the sticky white stuff you could want. We'll look at Hiltless later. We'll look at these. That leech is very sick. He's so sick it's a slug. Okay, was this the entrance or the entrance? I think this was the entrance. This is where we entered from. We got Hiltless and the Ronin's ring. Here's that guy we knocked down a million years ago. Actually, no, that's not him. I don't know who that was. I don't know who decided the visual design of this area should be. You shouldn't. You shouldn't be able to vision them. They should be envisionable. Bombs? I faltered, and that one got me. I think I've achieved all of the ground treasure, though. So we're good. We got all the stuff I saw from the slime pit. Yeah, for anyone who thinks this area feels like rough or too bad, the area is difficult. It's not saying that this is easy and I'm just doing poorly. I wouldn't even say that I'm doing poorly. It's just that I don't know this game very well. I'm not a Demon's Souls master. And this is like your first gameplay cycle of a Souls game where you get killed by skeletons. Now it's like where you're learning an area, you're feeling it out, which means you. Anybody remember when I tried and failed to kill Vicar Amelia over and over again? Okay, so the Shadowman try-dashing through is effective. I should at least kill those first two skeletons and the skeleton archer. And I do believe the game has crashed. There we go. Good old Satsuki. Satsuki got us once again. Not that one. Which window is it? It's that one. Gotta load pipeline objects and compile them. The loading screens means I can look at Twitter for a second. That's why games with fast loading screens are bad. You can't look at Twitter while the game's loading. I've been watching Super Great Friend play Resident Evil 2, the remake, and the loading screens in that game are too fast for him to read the blurbs on the actual game. Like, the game loading screens have informational blurbs, much like this one does, but I assume he has a solid state drive, so the game loads very quickly. He's not able to read the lore! How would he know that this was the Monumental if it loaded so quickly? I wouldn't know that it was the Monumental. A sort of weird, half-living baby. Oh yeah, so we kill these skeletons. That's part of the plan now. These skeletons, they get to die. You. Okay. You too, I don't want you shooting me in the back. Okay, let's see if I can get past these golden boys. Come over here, my boys. I zigged when I should have zagged. I should maybe kill the golden boys. If I had rolled to the right, I would have been fine, but I rolled back and to the right. But I rolled more back than I did to the right. It is true, in a way we got past the golden boys. Okay, attempt number... I'm going to call this attempt number 2. That's blatantly wrong. Man! Those guys really wanted me to die that time. How'd they get the aggro onto me so quickly? I'm wearing the thief's ring. Attempt number -7. Okay, on to attempt number 2, though. Second try, we're going to get it good. We're going to kill the skeletons, and then run past the Shadowmen. And by kill the skeletons, I mean run past the skeletons. Okay, on to attempt number 2. Okay, thought the game had crashed there. But no, it was just hanging. I should get a solid state drive at some point. I've been waiting for them to get cheaper, and they are. They're getting cheaper. Okay. Now, since I got try dashing through to work like twice, it makes killing these guys feel undignified. Okay, you. I guess you get to die. I fired a distraction beam. I know the flickering. Alright, that time it worked. When they're on stairs, if you just get really close to them... Oh no, I'm gonna have to get to a safe spot so that I can employ anti-flickering technology. Daddy, no. Okay. I know some people who are really against the idea of using solid-state drives just because solid-state memory has a limited lifespan. Like, the sectors can literally only be written and read from so many times before they just physically decay. But really, that is also true with hard disks. Okay, you have to kill the Reaper Man. You have to kill him. Well, if you run if you run a magnet over a hard disk, that erases the memory, but the hard disk will still work if you reformat it. But, it was a dumb argument that I heard nerds make. Nope, 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 not. It probably is not a good idea to put Windows on or any operating on a solid state drive, yeah. Because you're just kind of leeching away at... That's why most people get a small disk drive and use that for their C. Although laptops don't do that. Thing is, your platter drives also have limited lifespans. The disks themselves can fail. You have bad sectoring, but also mechanically, just the mechanical parts of the drive will just cease to work. From like the bearings will go out, that kind of garbage. That's the long and short of it, is that nothing you can make can last forever. Come here, Goldies. Okay. Nerds are weird. I think nerds are wrong is a better thing to say. Nerds are wrong. See, I don't fear impermanence. I relish in it. Because no mistake can be so bad as to last forever. That's very Buddhist philosophy, though. Daddy, no. Okay. I've been calling large men in video games daddy a lot lately. I wonder what that means to me. I have a rather good relationship with my father. We've never argued much. He's actually very much like me. I think it's mostly that I just find the word funny. I'm too online for my own good. That I will accept. Okay. Kill the wizard. The word daddy is funny, though. I've been going. Grandpa has been a favorite of mine for a long time too. Calcium strength. I am a proponent of using the word grandpa. So we're on to this stage again. So don't get blown up by invisible bombs that are very, very visible. I fell down the hole. I feel like one way to be safe here is to always be moving. Because the bombs only go off when you're near them, and they explode very slowly. So if you're just always moving, then you will do stuff like that. I'm gonna explore down here. As I don't know if I went down this hole or not. Get some suckered stone and some sticky white stuff. Wait, that guy had another drop. No, he didn't. Ah, just a humanity. Okay. I'm gonna need a lot of humanity, so I shouldn't say just a humanity. There's probably more stuff down here, but I don't know what it is, so it's probably not important. Use non-English words to differentiate between sides of your family. Opa. Opa, though, is... I've been too exposed to Greek culture for me to think of Opa as anything other than the exclamation. Oh, we're here. Hello, squirrel token. Huh. If I recall what this fight is... This might be a Crescent Falchion fight. We can look at Hiltless while we're here. Hiltless is a special katana. It does not have a handle. You just hold on to the sharp end of the blade. So, if this fight is what I remember it being... There's non-golden boys stuck in the wall. Ooh. This man who has his lips removed. This is a pillar man. And they're just putting his Gujar right in the camera. Oh, whammy. So this is the old hero. He is blind. So if you wear the thief ring and walk around, he'll have trouble finding you. It's making me want to be quiet, even though I don't think I have to be. So, like a lot of bosses, we just fire Soul Beam at him a lot. Although he was able to figure out where we were because I kept firing at him. I should be a little more prudent with my firing. Being in spirit form helps too, because you make less sound when you're in spirit form. Yep. So we're using, I'll pull out my Crescent Falchion to get a little bit of juice free going. I have enough fresh spice to kill him, I think. Yeah, ghosts are quiet. Did I ever get the Ring of Magical Sharpness? I may have, but I wouldn't want to use it here anyways. The Cling Ring keeps me from being one shot. You can kind of use the pillars as cover, but I'm also pretty sure he can break them. If I'd been leveling up my magic stat more prudently, then I'd be doing more damage. Okay. Should I have any Old Spice? Yes. Dad's favorites. I wouldn't fight our daddy here without giving him some of my Old Spice for Father's Day. Yeah, I'm gonna try getting behind him. I guess I could try hitting him a few times. It's kind of risky to do that. It's much easier to do this fight with ranged weapons. You can kind of see him. Yeah, I could get the bleed proc, that's true. We're well on our way to victory, though, so why screw up something that's working? I am a coward. I'm also a coward in real life. But that's fine. I don't think it's sensible for a modern person to be not a coward. Part of the great strides of civilization are to try to make the world such that being a coward is a tenable choice, isn't it? The whole fight against chaos thing. And I also can't block warriors, it's true. Just firing my beams out into space where they will not hit anything. It's very true. You don't need... Being a coward is fine if there's no warriors you would have to block. Gotcha, Grandpa. I got a trophy! Got our full moon Gua. Anything else around here? There's like a mummy. Look at that mummy. It's kind of spider-webbed up. Yeah, this guy's a hero. I can block him. And you can block his sword. It's entirely possible to do that. We got his holy arrows. And now we're going to leave. And I'm going to look at something real quick. Oh no. Oh, this is the worst I've ever seen this. Okay. We're gonna do something different this time. We all know that I have a ritual I perform when defeating a boss. And we're going to perform that ritual. However, we're actually going to perform it somewhere else. Because we're getting to the point of the game where I'm going to be manipulating World Tendency. I've gotten all of the Pure White World Tendency events for Stonefang Tunnel. Is the goblin back? Goblin's not back. Which means it's time for us to perhaps experience the Pure Black World Tendency events in Stonefang Tunnel. And because I'm playing offline, the only way for me to influence the World Tendency downward is to die. If I lose my body in a world, it will lower its World Tendency. And if I'm starting at Pure White, I need to die something like 17 or 18 times to get from Pure White to Pure Black. So, getting that, using that Humanzo there was, for the humanity I had gained there, was pretty important. But that's not the only thing we're here for, because I'm not quite... I maybe have enough Stones of Ephemeral Eyes to get Pure Black in one place, and I do think this would be the first place I would get Pure Black in. But I need an object before I feel comfortable getting Pure Black. How do you know when you've turned the world white? Well, there's a thing for it. Because we haven't left the Nexus yet, or left the area yet and returned to the Nexus, we're still Pure White in Stonefang Tunnel here. That's what the stone looks like. Does that mean we're pure white in the Shrine of Storms too? I'll have to check. Oh, we beat a black phantom there, which affects your world tendency. We'll have to check if I'm a pure white or not. But first,
If it be a black,
we're going to upgrade a random weapon. Claws. We're going to get claws up. To make the large sword of searching out of the Hero Demon's Soul. Hero Demon's Soul actually has two really good things you can do with it. One of them is the miracle that is Second Chance. It gives you, if you die, you go to 1 instead of dying. The other is the Large Sword of Searching, which is a sword. I don't know why you can use claws to make it. Most of the weapons you can use to make it are curved swords. You can also use a broadsword, I think, but inexplicably you can also use claws. And because claws takes the least amount of upgrade materials to get to +8, it's the correct one to use. So we're going to make the Large Sword of Searching out of the Hero's Demon Souls and Claws. Oh, I thought Second Chance put you to 1. Second Chance might heal you to full. Second Chance is really good, but But I want the Hero Demon Soul. And I think this is the correct one to pick on New Game anyways, for a reason.
all done? Then
So we've got the 50%. We were both wrong. Halfway between full and 1 is half. It's not quite true, but... So we can't quite use the Large Sword of Searching because it requires 16 dexterity, but it's okay. You don't actually need to have the stat requirements to get the bonus thing this weapon does. The thing that the Large Sword of Searching does is it increases item drop rates, which we are going to need. Although, speaking of, it might be high time for us to get 16 dexterity. We have several weapons that want us to have it. It'll also give us damage on most of the weapons we want. It'll make the meat cleaver better. It won't actually make the Falchion any better, but whatever. You there, wench! I seeketh soul power. We can't. Let's begin this. We also have... Don't I also have, yeah, I have the small flame scale demon soul. You use this for souls. The soul using animation is much faster in this game than it is in other. Okay. So now we should be able to use not only the Large Soul of Searching, but also the Lava Bow. Yeah, we can use the Lava Bow now. Lava Bow's rather good. So we have a good bow now. But we also have the Large Sword of Searching, which is a curved sword. It's got the same moveset as the Falchion. It just also happens to be huge. It has a really long range. So it's not a terrible weapon. So it's the Large Sword of Searching, which we are going to need in the future. Perhaps not yet. Safer landing? What is safer landing?
Thou the soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul
I don't know
of
what you
the
mean.
lost, I shall await thine return. I am
I don't think I want the large sword of searching where I'm going. How heavy is this thing? 8 pound. We can probably put it away. Because where we're going next, we're actually going to keep using Dragon Longsword. Although, put away Hiltless and Blessed Mace and Large Soul of Searching. Large Sword of Searching, rather. Yeah. Since we got so far into the lair of the Shadowmen, we might as well finish it off. And anybody who's played Dark Souls 3 will know this place immediately. Or rather, know the gimmick immediately. This is the Storm King. And the Storm King has sent out his children out to fight us. Had to get closer. So this boss arena sucks. So yeah, he sent the Storm King has sent these things out to attack us. And we have to kill them. If we kill enough of them, we'll eventually get the Storm King attention. But there's something we need first. Can I get in this house? I can. For arrows. The game gives you arrows in case you have to. Yeah, you do need some kind of ranged attack. However, even we are not properly equipped to deal with the boss here with our ranged attacks. We need something more. And here's why this boss arena sucks. Oh god, I'm not going to get any of them. There's several crystal geckos here. Withdraw sword! We got what we needed. Storm Ruler is a special weapon. It's a two-handed sword. It looks pretty cool. Let's get back up here. We need to kill some more of these guys. Storm Ruler has the power to cut the sky open. Let's look at it. Legendary sword with a thorny blade, named for those who calm storms. It is said that the ancestors of the Shadowmen rended the storms and clouds of the sky with it. Now abandoned, its power is lost. It is of an average sword, however, it is used in the Monolith Forest where ancestral spirits slumber. You may be able to reawaken ancient power. Basically, it's got this special attack, but only works here. And now Storm Ruler is here. Fired a bunch of shit at me. And we have to chomp him. He's coming around for his second pass. I'm not dead. Okay. Let's see if hiding back here is effective. He's got one more pass to make. I like that we go to 1. No, fuck. Lock onto the Storm King. Dang it! The game crashed. No, dang it didn't. Okay. It's coming around again. I'm gonna try juicing him. And the game really, really wants to crash. You got 4-4-4-4. So yeah, the Storm Ruler only really works here. The attack apparently always knocks something down. I mean, always knocks melee opponents down. I can think of like one opponent that'd be useful against. And it's probably not the final boss. The Storm Ruler also has no stat requirements and also no stat scaling. So it's not really you only really use it here. This sword also appears in Dark Souls. Man, the audio here is not very pleasing. They give you this really cool sword that works in one place. However, in Dark Souls 3, the sword that does this just works everywhere. So you can use the Storm Ruler everywhere in Dark Souls 3. The downside is that it has very low durability. Let's return to Nexus. So the Storm Ruler is not worthless either, because if you ever want to go back to the Shrine of Storms, that area, maybe to kill those goblins. Really, you want to use the lava bow to kill the goblins, I think. But if you want to kill the guys that appear there, you can use the Storm Ruler there.
We are indebted.
I should probably reset the game, but I have one more thing to do. Obviously, we have to go to Stonefang Tunnel and throw ourselves off a cliff again. Gotta lower our tendency bit by bit. You can see we're no longer as shining brightly here as we were before. The sunbeam is very powerful. It's funny. I figured out at the last moment in the boss fight that it's just better to let the Storm Ruler, the Storm King, hit you. Because if you block and then go to 1 stamina and then get guard broken the next time, it does more damage overall than just getting hit by it once and getting knocked down to use your invulnerability frames. Yep, we've lost tendency in the Stonefang Tunnel. Back at it with Shrek. You're the Silent Chief. We'll be seeing him at some point. She's hanging out over here.
Thou see then soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted, so the world might be mended.
I need just a few more souls. Do you have a baby soul item? That's more than I needed, but whatever.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
Okay.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its art thou done me.
So, what's next? How many stones of ephemeral eyes dost I even have? $22. That should be enough to do what I want.
You have a heart of gold.
So, should I do this on camera? Where I throw myself over cliffs over and over again. So there's a couple reasons why I wanted There's 2 reasons I needed the large soul of searching. One of them is that... Man, this is going to be pleasant to look at every time, isn't it? One of them is that there's a special enemy that only spawns... Ooh, that's bad to listen to. I've said that a lot. There's a special enemy that only spawns when you have are close to pure black world tendency. And they have a special item they can drop that they don't always drop. And that item is precious. It's a precious item. They drop clear demon souls, which there's a limited amount of. So maximizing your ability to gain them with boosting your item drop rate is good. And there's another item I can get that will help me boost my luck, I think. Using the stone in the world increases your world tendency as much as dying decreases it. I did not know that. So I just destroyed 2 stones. That's nice. This game's dumb. I'm glad you told me. That makes this even more tedious. So down we go. Since you're here and you know things about demon souls, does the pure blood sword actually increase your luck when you equip it? I know it scales off of luck. I could go to another world to up the tendency there. I don't know what world I would want to up the tendency in, though. Probably the Valley of Defilement. If I want to be even more tedious. Let me look. Because raising our luck would also raise our... Nope, no. So the only way to raise our luck is to level it, but we're probably not going to do that. Although the Blue Blood Sword is really good. Certainly worth raising your luck for. Here we go. But there's also another thing in Stonefang Tunnel that I want. There's an object here you can get in pure black that is very good and will be just useful for the rest of the game. We can kind of check our progress. We're getting there. I think that might be pure black already. I'll give it one more. How much more of the game do you have? I've got 2 more areas of Boletaria left, I think. And I've got the Tower of Latria to do, and I've got the Valley of Defilement to do. We've completed Stonefang Tunnel and completed the Shrine of Storms. So we're like a little more than halfway done, I would say. Depending on how much extra bullshit I want to do. I didn't keep count. We had 22 Stones of Ephemeral Eyes at the beginning. We had 20 Stones of Ephemeral Eyes. So 2 boss deaths, 2 deaths while having boss humanities, and then 3 more. Thank you for the sub, Kalen. Where's my bloodstain at? All the way up here? Man. So we've died here at least 5 times. Your timing was close. When we get back to the Nexus, we'll be able to see. And there is a fail-proof way of finding out. And that foolproof way is to go to the Armor Spider Archstone. Now, doing this will actually increase my world tendency back towards white, but it's not so hard to lower it back down. I also don't know where the primal demons are here. It's funny that fire damage is effective against these guys, seeing as they live in Fireland. So I'm coming over here to check to see if we have achieved pure black world tendency. And if we have, to probably ruin the pure black world tendency. Because if you come around here, I think our health bar is noticeably shorter. Yep. There's our special boy. I should equip my blocking shield. I'll cast protection. There's a Black Phantom down here. But did he also cast protection? He murdered me. Should I, instead of protection, I should perhaps go and fetch, Flash Sweat. Sailors are immune to drowning. Yeah, he's a Black Phantom, so he's very, very, very strong. So his fireball destroyed me. We won't need Soul Ray. So let's use Water Veil instead. I don't think we need protection either. Enchant Weapon?
Be careful how you use it.
What if I crushed this fool?
Soul of the mind,
I don't want that.
lives I shall
You're standing in front of Stockpile Thomas.
Hello.
What if we crushed? Yeah, Black Phantoms are more powerful. Black World Tendency makes you more fragile. Makes you get more souls. Makes the game harder. Which, in retrospect, is bad, because it means that this game, even more so than other Souls games, has the Gradius problem, where once you begin losing, you start losing more. Because if you keep dying in human form, well, the first time you die in human form, you go to half health, basically, and then every subsequent time you die in human form, it also makes the area harder. So if you use humanities to get stronger. Yeah, I need to take my shield off. Actually, I'm going to put my shield back on, and we are going to put on the Ring of Great Strength. Okay, idiot. You used protection, but I used enchant weapon. Yours was better. His was better. His was better, everybody. This is Skiver. This is the guy we showed Dragon Bone Smasher to. I wonder if I shouldn't try to interrupt his casting of protection. The lack of healing items in Bloodborne is distressing, to say the least. Wow. His combustion one-shot me through a water veil? There was a secret shrine past the Shrine of Amana in Dark Souls 2 that if you had no human effigies in your inventory, on your person, or dropped on the ground, would turn you human. It was the secret way to keep you from getting into the absolute unwinnable situation. And that it was so hard to actually achieve was really funny. Granted, you could become human very easy in that game by just being summoned, and not even beating a boss, just, using the small soapstone shard. That would do it. Okay, Operation Stunlock. Wait, he got his spell off this time? Meat Cleaver might not be good here. Let's try Dragon Longsword. Small Soapstone was good. I liked Small Soapstone a lot. For all of Dark Souls 2's warts, many of which were very bad, very untenably bad, the Small Soapstone was not. Small Soapstone was good. The concept of non-boss fighting cooperation was nice. Dost I have the Ring of Flame Resistance? I do. Maybe that will help. I don't like my chances, but maybe it'll help. I also can't cast Enchant Weapon on this weapon, because it's already got fire damage on it. Hit me. Not like that. Maybe this is the correct strategy, just try to wait for his buff to wear off as he shoots tiny fireballs at me. This is very funny. Okay. Water Veil wore off, so his spell will also probably wear off soon. I wonder if the game reads your inputs. Other games have. Bloodborne did it most egregiously. Don't hit him more than once. He can just do that. Challenge NPCs are always the worst part of these games. I could see that being true. There's an item I wonder if I have. I don't appear to have it. I have a new technique I'm gonna try. I can try sniping him. I didn't have the arrows that I wanted to try. I do have a new technique I want to attempt. I don't know how effective it's going to be. Although I can try to get his attention. Does this put me overweight? No. Okay. I got his attention. Can anybody guess what I'm going to try to do? I just wanted to get that off the screen. Dang it, he got me! Yes, I was trying to get him off a cliff. Because if I could get him off a cliff, it doesn't matter how much HP he has. And I can get to where he would fall, so I can get his item drop. I have one more thing I can try before trying Cliffs, though, and it's Crescent Falchion. I should check to see if I can upgrade this one more time. I got some chunks. So I want to try fighting him one more time. So combustion still just kills me. So the other thing I can try is blood. Okay, blood achieved. I don't know, does this guy have cardiac arrhythmia? This is going to take literally forever, though. I can't. There was a big problem with my plan. Is I can't kick with this sword. His blood stopped. Is he out of MP? No, his thing just didn't work. Okay, new challenge. Now I need to get to the bottom without dying. Because I don't know if I can... Does the quit load trick work in this game? Because the item he dropped is something I desperately want. If I just quit and reload, will his item spawn up here where he is? Does anybody in the chat know if that trick works? Or do I have to try the platforming? So I can get down there. I mean, I can do it. Only if you hit the load button, not the quit button. So, Marathian, will this work? What I'm currently doing. Now let's wait the 45 seconds or so to get the answer. With what is on screen right now, will this work? Okay. It worked! Thank you. Shoutouts to Marathian. We got the Talisman of Beasts. This is what we came here for. This is a powerful item and also a lore-heavy item. The Talisman of Beasts. Don't know why the spell assist is so low. Because I don't have the stats to use it. Okay, that would explain why the spell assist is low. An old wooden amulet resembling the old one. Can utilize both miracles and spells. The symbol of God was nothing more than an image of the old one. So, Sage Frake had spoke of this earlier. Spoke about the so-called God that the Saint Urbain was going on about. God, the old one is the God they worship. This Talisman of Beast is also just better than Wooden Catalyst, better than Talisman of God, and can cast both. It's the second most powerful catalyst in the game. The most powerful one has a heavy drawback. So, I can still cast Evacuate with it. There's actually zero difference between good things and bad things. That's correct. However, that undid a lot of my Black World tendency work in Stonefang Tunnel, so we'll be darkening that place sometime later. I want to look up where the primeval demons spawn first, so I'm not just searching the entire place for them. I think with that, we're ready to begin going after the next zone. What's my item burden at? We're pretty heavy up on item burden, so I should put some junk away.
Hello?
We don't need you or you. Can't use you yet. Oh, this is why. We've got all this stuff.
You have a...
How much does it take to level up?
Soul of the mind,
20,000-ish.
ether,
So I need 1 point of magic and 2 points of faith. And then
drawn from its vessel.
our stats will almost be done. But for now. We're still not using the meat cleaver yet, so most of our stat points into strength have been worthless. Because the meat cleaver is not the weapon we're using for this area. For various reasons, you want to use fire weapons in this place. Dost I have any weaker grass than this? Kind of. So we came here once before, long ago, to get the Blessed Mace. Fire is supremely effective against the goblins, who are disgusting, as goblins should be. That's why I've never liked Izzet goblins in Magic, because they're not disgusting. A goblin ought to be disgusting, I think. I like the screams that the goblins make as they die. That's the most undignified death we've done in a while. Shoved off a cliff after a good landing. I made that jump because I thought that you could do a plunging attack, but this game doesn't have that. You can't plunge attack in this game. No, no, no. That was a Dark Souls innovation. Also, we're still wearing this. No wonder our item burden was so high. Although no, that only is for equip burden. It's okay though. Okay, don't fall there. That's what I've learned. Don't do that fall. Also... Okay. I think I'm going to get my bloodstain, and then I think I want to go get some food. It'll be a slightly shorter stream than normal. But I don't want to, like, poke into the Valley of Defilement without time to actually make progress. This place is slow going due to its horrific nature. Also, I have the wrong spells equipped. Well, that was undignified. I don't actually know if I can get... Yeah, there's a ladder over there. You didn't die! You bastardo. You must die. So we're gonna get our Bloodstain first. Let's get our Bloodstain. I'm Jim Bloodstain. Okie doke. You filthy goblin. As filthy as you should be. Okie dokie. So thanks everybody for joining. Don't know if I'll stream tomorrow or not. I'm kind of heavily snowed in at the moment, so I'm a little stir crazy. That's reason enough to stream on its own. But for now, this has been good Shrekkin'. Getting our Shrek going. A tweetist that I like quite a bit, who is also one of the persons of my favorite podcast, the Stanley Picnic, tweeted yesterday, I believe, that the habit of naming things after other things, based off shape or relativity, kidney stone, what all did old George Lazenby tweet? I'll just find the tweet. The practice of naming by resemblance, kidney stone, which I think he actually got wrong, the river's mouth, the spine of the book, reached a very strange place when you imagined the first person who looked into the black spot of the center of every eye, saw themselves reflected, and thought of the Latin word for doll, which, pupa, by the way. But I think for Shrek, it's a very correct thing. And on that note, good night, everybody. Also, go to Shrekfest.